I love myself enough to not settle for the bullcrap. I'm not gonna settle for no bullcrap. That's just crazy to me. They got the biggest, brightest red flag, and I'm saying they got potential. If you are not comfortable being single, you're gonna accept anything. All men is not the freaking same. If you have trust issues, I don't think you should be in a relationship. I was attracting what I also carry. And if you're losing yourself in a relationship, I truly believe you need to start doing things for yourself. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. I'm Kayla If you guys are new here, welcome. If you guys are not new here, then welcome back, or whatever. As y'all can see by the title, I'm gonna be doing a solo relationship advice video for you guys today. Since I have not put out a freaking vlog, I decided to do another sit down video. We moved it to the car, so we're not in the freaking bathroom. So we're gonna be doing one of them videos today. I actually just looked up the questions online, like a lot of questions young girls have about relationships, and that's how I got my questions. I just copied and pasted some of the questions I wanted to answer to give my advice to a lot of young girls. I'm only 24. I'll be 25 in December, but I feel as though I have experienced a lot to give some authentic, real advice that you guys should take. Okay, it's good advice. If I'm giving it to you, take it, please, so you don't do the same things I did. Okay, so make sure you are subscribed and like this video so we can continue to grow our platform and everything and join the family. But let's just jump into these questions because your girl got somewhere to be. The first question I'm gonna be answering that I thought was a pretty decent question to answer is, what did my last relationship teach me? Personally, the last relationship I was in was obviously Leia's dad. From that relationship, I feel like he taught me not to bring the trust issues I got from that relationship into a new one, if that makes sense. Because at first there was a time I would say, I'm not gonna trust anybody, all men are the same, blah 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 blah, but that's not the case. All men and then all women for the opposite sex is not the freaking same, and it's not fair to go into a new relationship, a whole different person with a whole different mindset, and think that he's gonna do the exact same thing to me that my ex did. That's not fair. So I did, during this time of me being single, I worked on my trust issues and basically just giving somebody the benefit when I do get into a new relationship so they can prove themselves to me and show their loyalty and show how they're actually in the relationship for real, and not just go in the relationship with trust issues, because that's just not fair, and that's honestly just toxic. If you have trust issues, I don't think you should be in a relationship. I think you should really work on not having trust issues. Of course, you're gonna have your fears on if they're gonna do something, but I wouldn't even want to go into a relationship assuming that they're gonna cheat, because it's kind of like putting it out there. The second question I saw was, why do I attract the same type of people? And I actually want to answer this question because I did attract the same type of people. Different people, obviously, but they all had something in common. They all cheated. They all had a lustful spirit. That was the problem. I was attracting what I also carried. I carried a lustful spirit, even though in the relationship I would be loyal to them, but I also had a lustful spirit that I never got delivered from until like I took my time and now I'm single and got right with God and everything. And then a part of me believed that I was attracting the same type of people because I low-key liked the toxicness. When I was young, I liked the drama and arguing back and forth and all the extra. Like, now I don't got time for that. Okay, you attract what you are, and I liked the drama for a little bit, and I also carried a lustful spirit, so I was attracting those type of people. Did I lose myself in my last relationship? Double back into the relationship with my child's father, I do think I lost myself in my last relationship. I completely, and not saying it was his fault at all, it was definitely solely on me, because no one is responsible for how I get off track, whatever. I'm responsible for myself. I fell off with doing content. I was doing content and then I just stopped doing it. I was going to the gym and I just stopped going. I just lost myself completely because I was so stuck in what me and him was doing. We were fornicating together. I was just having fun. I was young. I was wild. Not wild, but I was young. I was doing me. So I lost myself, and then I got pregnant a couple months into knowing him, had a child, had to figure out who I was outside of being a mom, I was going through freaking a lot. Okay, I'm just now getting myself back. So I definitely did lose myself, but that's no one's fault but my own. And I believe if you lose yourself in a relationship, it is okay to take a break from that person. And if you're losing yourself in a relationship, I truly believe you need to start doing things for yourself, not just depend on him to take you out on dates and all this extra stuff. Take yourself out on dates, get yourself flowers, like do stuff for yourself. Still do things that you enjoy. Don't solely depend on your partner. It's okay to be under your partner 24/7 if that's what you want to do, but still have something outside of them. Okay, don't lose yourself in a relationship, and don't lose yourself in motherhood. If you're a parent, just don't. Find you outside of everybody else that you have to pour into. Next question is, was I emotionally available or emotionally unavailable. I believe a lot of relationships I was in, I low-key was emotionally unavailable, because every relationship, the first relationship I was in, I was 14, 15. What did I really know about dating? Truth be told, I didn't even know myself, was not really connected to my emotions like that. I didn't know what the heck was going on. And then from that relationship, I carried the baggage into the new relationship, so my emotions were everywhere. I didn't know what the heck was going on with my emotions. On top of that, I believe since I wasn't in touch with my own emotions and knowing how I felt, and I was already going through my own crap, it caused me to communicate so horribly. I would not hear the other person out. It would go from me talking regular like this to yelling, escalating, because I'm not hearing what he has to say. I'm not putting myself in their shoes. Now growing, like I said, I'm 24, I'm about to be 25. Everyone develops differently. I communicate a lot differently. That's the main reason me and her father communicate healthily now, doing co-parenting, because it took a lot of work within myself, my spiritual life for God. You know, all that comes into play when it comes to how you are in touch with your emotions, and also how you communicate. So back then, heck no, I was not in touch with my emotions, and I did not know how to communicate. Now, next relationship, I can't wait to be able to communicate with that person, because I know how to hear that person out and put myself in their shoes to see where they're coming from. You know, next one is like mindset and self-love. Can I truly be happy single? Yes. Do I want to be single right now? No, I don't. Who wants to be single right now? Of course, I don't want to be single, but I am single, and I'm single because I have standards. Whether I have a kid, didn't have a kid, I love myself enough to not settle for the bull crap. I'm not gonna settle for no bull crap. That's just crazy to me. But you definitely can be happy single if you love yourself. And I'm not saying be full of yourself. I'm saying be content in your own presence. There was a time when I was 14 all the way up until basically 20. I did not like being by myself. I was always entertaining somebody, back to one ex to the next ex to this person. I was always entertaining someone because I didn't want to be in my own presence. And that's the only way you can learn how to have self-love within yourself, learn to be content in your own presence, and actually hear God's voice. You can't hear God's voice when you're always around people. I don't think people understand that. You can't hear God's voice if you're always entertaining somebody. You're always in somebody's freaking face. Get out of people's face. Go in your room and be quiet. You definitely can be happy single. I'm technically happy single. There are moments where I be like, dang, I'm gonna go get some ice cream with my man and watch movies and crap. Not doing all the like sinful crap, but I'm saying the cutesy stuff. I am a hopeless romantic. I'm very lovey-dovey to a certain extent because I don't like being touched like that. I don't know. That's just, I make an exception, low-key. I do make an exception because that's not my love language, but I know a lot of people's love language is touch, starting with my child. I don't like being touched, but that's besides the point. You can definitely be happy single if you love yourself. If you don't love yourself, that's probably why you're miserable. Next question is, do I love myself the way I want someone else to love me? Abso-freaking-lutely. Now I do. I treat myself how I want my man to treat me. I get myself flowers. I haven't got myself flowers in a while. I get myself flowers. I take myself on dates when I have time and I have a sitter. I treat myself the way my man needs to treat me. Treat yourself how you want to be treated in your next relationship or in your relationship. That's all I can tell you to do. This is a good one. This is actually a good question. What is the difference between being wanted versus being valued? When somebody wants you, they don't appreciate you. And you're going to see the difference when you give somebody that time of day. Okay, there was a certain person that I dated where he wanted me for a very long time. And then when he got me, he didn't know what to do with me, and he didn't know how to treat me. So it shows a lot in their actions, but when someone values you, you can tell in their actions, again, in their actions, the way they communicate, the way they take the time to learn you, the way they take time for you. Somebody can be busy. Everybody's busy. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, and granted, yeah, everyone has busy lives. I'm a freaking mom, but if I want to make time for you, I'm gonna make time for you. And someone that wants to make time for you, someone that, again, values you, values your time, you're gonna see it in their actions. And if you have good discernment and you're not being lustful and you're not thinking with your cooch or your head, your other head, then you're gonna see the difference, because it works both ways. You can be wanted by a man or wanted by a female. You're gonna see the difference regardless, no matter what the sex is. The next question is, how do I enforce boundaries without guilt? Loving yourself. You have to be comfortable with your singleness to enforce those boundaries with people. If you are not comfortable being single, you're gonna accept anything. You have to be so comfortable with being single to the point where you do not care if a man says, okay, well, I don't want to talk to you no more because you're abstinent, or I don't want to talk to you anymore because of this and that. It doesn't freaking matter, because at the end of the day, you're so comfortable in your singleness, you're so confident and comfortable within yourself that you do not care about enforcing your boundaries with these people if that means you're going to end up single still. If that means you're going to end up sitting there at that table by yourself paying for your own bill. It still all doubles down to how comfortable you are with being in your own singleness. I had to change my battery, so my bad if the angle changed. I'm gonna answer a few more questions because I actually like these. These are so freaking cool, but my battery is gonna die. So let's just get through these really quick. The next one is, how do I avoid love bombing and manipulation? Y'all, love bombing is so freaking real, and I didn't realize I was getting love bombed a lot of these times until I matured and also again took lust out of a lot of stuff. I can sense the love bombing so early on, like during the conversation, and I'm gonna speak from a man's point of view. When he's too overly attached or overly affectionate, it screams love bombing. It screams, you about to play in my freaking face. For instance, I went on a date with this one guy, but early in the conversation he was just talking about how we can have mixed kids because he was a white guy, and just all these emojis and how he wants to come over, just overly affectionate, and it's only day 2 of us texting each other. Granted, we went to elementary together, but bro, we haven't been talking. You're overly affectionate. And I told him that. I told him that I feel like you're love bombing me. You're definitely love bombing me. He was like, no, that's just how I am. I'm just an affectionate person. Bruh, no, you're not. Play with somebody else. Play in somebody else's face. You're not that freaking affectionate. And maybe you are, but it's coming off as love bombing to me. But someone that is just overly affectionate and they don't freaking know you, flag. This is the last one I think I'm gonna answer, which is, how do I stop settling for potential? Know the heck what you want. You need to know what you want. And honestly, potential don't mean nothing. I hate that because I used to be the same person. Oh, he has potential. Oh, he has potential. He has potential. Flags. They can have the biggest, brightest red flag, and I'm saying they got potential. They got potential to break your freaking heart. And that's exactly what they freaking did. Stop settling for potential. You're not fix-it Felix. You're not gonna fix them. You're not gonna change their heart for God and all that extra stuff. You're not doing that. You can't do that. You're not the Holy Spirit. You can't intercede like that. Simple. Stop settling for potential. Go for the man that has everything that you want. He will not be perfect. No man or woman is going to be perfect, but go for the person that already got everything that you're looking for. Don't settle for potential. Just don't. That's my answer for that. Don't settle for it. That is it for this video. I do have a lot more questions that I found on Google that I'm probably going to answer because I thought it was really fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Took some advice from what I said, especially when it comes to being single and setting your boundaries. Those 2 questions, honestly, I think were the most important questions that I answered, that I feel a lot of women or young girls do have. How do you get out of the fear or whatever being single, and how do you keep your boundaries in relationships or going into something? If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also turn on your post notifications so you be notified when I do post a new video. But with that being said, I will catch y'all in the next video.